Hey everyone, hey, it's Mike from Destinations to Travel coming to you live today from Disney's Hollywood Studios. Hope everyone's having a great day so far. Hope everyone's sweating a little bit less than I am. It is warm here. But ready to take a nice walk through Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's a little bit of a busy day today. The wait times are actually not too bad. I checked the app on my way in, and there were a few long wait times. However, Slinky Dog Dash was down, so that's going to impact the other wait times. And yet, Tower of Terror had a 25-minute wait, which I was really impressed by. And we'll talk more about Tower of Terror because there is a special occasion for that attraction, one of my favorite attractions in the park or any park. But we'll talk about that as we go down Sunset Boulevard towards the end of our video. But for now, we're just going to take a walk around Disney's Hollywood Studios. There's not a whole lot of news or anything like that to talk about today, so if there's anything specific you'd like to see, feel free to drop a comment in there. Again, we are live right now, so if you have any questions at all, just let me know. But in the meantime, we're going to take a walk around Disney's Hollywood Studios. And I'm actually going to pop into Keystone Clothiers here as we start, because I'm curious to see if the new Halloween collection has appeared in the parks. It dropped yesterday on Disney Store online, but I have not seen it in the parks yet. I did take a walk through Mickey's of Hollywood on my way in, and I did not see it in there. So, not seeing it in here either. Looks like from here on out, it's going to be all Star Wars merch. Do have the Ahsoka collection designed by Ashley Eckstein, the voice of Ahsoka. This hoodie is actually really, really nice. I like this a lot. See anything on the back? No. Nice. It's a full zip-up hoodie, and this is $64.99. I like this Ahsoka long sleeve shirt here too. Almost like a Spirit jersey material. Oh, it looks like it's like a 3/4 sleeve with the Ahsoka design. And then you got, of course, the I Am No Jedi. This is a hoodie. Really nice. There's Ahsoka ears here. So some really cool Ahsoka stuff, but not the Halloween merch that I was looking for. Let's see, it looks like there's some other new Star Wars stuff in here too. There's a whole Darth Vader collection here. There's a new collection over here, it looks like. I haven't seen any of these before. I like that jacket. That is really cool with the stormtroopers on the sleeve. There's more of this Darth Vader collection. Got an adult and kids hoodies. Some Vader ears. These are cool. There's a Star Wars mug. Ooh, looks like a really soft button-up Vader shirt. That's really nice. This is $64.99, same price as that zip-up Ahsoka hoodie we were looking at. Oh boy, we have some Jar Jar merch here too. So with the 25th anniversary of Episode 1, we got some Jar Jar hats. We got a Darth Maul hoodie, which is really cool. 25th logo on the back. The Darth Maul backpack over here too. And a mug. So lots of Star Wars merch that we haven't seen before, or at least that I haven't seen before, but no Halloween merch, at least not in the front of the park. I can't imagine there's another store in this park where they would have it. I would guess they'll probably have it right now in World of Disney at Disney Springs, maybe the Emporium at Magic Kingdom, and you might not find it in the other parks. As we continue our walk around the park, I did see Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, actually with Slinky Dog Dash down earlier. This had the longest wait in the park. Let's go see what the wait time is now. When I was walking in, it was a 75-minute wait, which is still not too bad. It's a little bit more than average. I would say the average, at least for this time of year, is going to be right around an hour, because it is that big attraction right at the front of the park here. So, or at least the sight line of the front of the park. So it does typically have a pretty long wait. You see there is a queue built up outside right now. A posted wait time is 60 minutes, so it's gone down to what I said was the average. So that's not bad. If you walk in and you're visiting in July and you see a 60-minute wait for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, that's not a bad wait. You're not going to get, I mean, you can wait until the end of the day and get a shorter wait time. But if you want to knock it out in the middle of the day, that's right around what you're going to wait probably. At least as far as the posted wait time is concerned. Again, nothing specific that we're here at Disney's Hollywood Studios for. It's really just been a while since I've been here, so wanted to get back out to Hollywood Studios. So if you have anything specific you'd like to see, or if you have any questions, drop a comment. I'm curious, what is everyone's favorite attraction here at Disney's Hollywood Studios? There are some really, really good ones, especially in recent years with the addition of the Star Wars attractions with Galaxy's Edge. This has become one of the hardest parks to choose your favorite, for sure. Oh, I will say, as far as news for Disney's Hollywood Studios, we've known this for a little bit now, but Disney Jollywood Nights will be returning for the holiday season here. I almost said Hollywood season. Jess's favorite is Tower of Terror. I think that's my favorite too. Rise of the Resistance is amazing. It's really hard to not pick that, but I think Tower of Terror has the edge for me. And by Echo Lake, and this is why I was prompted to bring up Jollywood Nights, because I can't wait for the holiday season here in this park. It's one of my favorite parks to visit that time of year. Echo Lake always looks amazing. The projections on Tower of Terror are amazing. And last year I did not get a chance to experience Jollywood Nights. Maybe I'll get out here this year to share it with you guys. Jollywood Nights returning for select nights again this holiday season. Of course, you have Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at Magic Kingdom, Epcot Festival of the Arts. Festival of the Arts is a little bit different because that's included with your park admission, whereas Mickey's Very Merry and Jollywood Nights are separately ticketed events. So Jollywood Nights was introduced last year, and it's really cool to have another offering for the holidays in a different park. It's not just Magic Kingdom anymore. So I'm excited. Maybe we'll see it this year. It is hot out today. I'm a little bit worried about the sun and letting my phone overheat. So if you see me moving quickly from shade to shade, that would be why. By the way, if you would like to plan a trip out here for the holiday season for Jollywood Nights or over at Magic Kingdom for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, we can help you with that. You head to d2travel.com or send us an email at info@d2travel.com. We can start planning that trip for you today. "10-minute wait for Star Tours." That is not bad. Although I am seeing guests queued up outside. I wonder if it might just be backed up at like a security point. Well, not security point, but I don't know. No, it does look like it's just backed up outside there. That would be longer than a 10-minute wait to me. We'll probably see that wait time go up a little bit. I believe Star Tours just returned to their full cycle through of various locations, as it was specifically, I cannot remember the name of the planet from Ahsoka, but they did an Ahsoka focused, an Ahsokist version of Star Tours. I think that just changed recently. I do like that they do that with Star Tours, that they constantly update it to go along with whatever's happening in the Star Wars universe. So you never know, your next visit, Star Tours, might be very different from the last time you rode it. Passing my ice cold hydraulics. I think this was open the last time we were here. If not, it's been longer than I thought since we were here last. This is where you can get those Cinnabons that everybody's been talking about. So you can get bouncing mini churros, candy painted cinnamon rolls, mini churros. The menu's actually gotten a lot bigger since last time I was here. They have all the ice cream treats, classic Mickey premium bar. You can get popcorn, cotton candy, pretzels, everything right here. And ice cold hydraulics. This is right across from Baseline Tap House over here. And then Muppet Vision 3D just around the corner. We're gonna head to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Well, I'm seeing guests lined up for a meet and greet out here. I don't see any characters out here right now. I'm curious because this used to be the meet and greet spot for Goofy and Powerline Max. Last time I was here though, they were not out. So not sure who's meeting over here anymore. Let's see, maybe we'll hang out for a minute. See if we see any characters come out. Who are your favorite characters to meet in the Disney parks? There are a lot of really good ones, especially in this park, actually, with all the Star Wars characters. And actually, we just got some news today, not Disney World related, but Disneyland related, that Deadpool will soon be meeting guests in Avengers Campus, which is so crazy to think that Deadpool will be in a Disney park. And really, really exciting. I don't think I'm going to have the opportunity to get out there to see Deadpool, but will be really fun. So those of you on the West Coast or have a Disneyland trip planned, go meet Deadpool on Avengers Campus. We do have Goofy and Max coming out. It is no longer Powerline Max, but it is Max. So there you go. All right, we're gonna head into Galaxy's Edge. Yes, Jess is very sad that she cannot meet Deadpool. I mean, who knows? There's bound to be a dozen or half dozen at least more Deadpool movies. Might see him in the parks again in the future. We also do actually have some Disney World related news. Not necessarily that it's recent news, but it is happening tomorrow, and that is the introduction of the new Lightning Lane system. So Genie Plus will no longer be in effect starting tomorrow. We will now have the Lightning Lane Multi-Pass and Lightning Lane Single Pass. And they're pretty straightforward. I know there's been a lot of confusion about the whole system, but really all it is it allows you, if you go back to the old Fast Pass system, it's kind of that, it's just a paid program now. So you pay to be able to book your Lightning Lanes in advance. By the way, 95-minute wait for Rise of the Resistance. I did hear, yes, they are using a single rider line now for Rise of the Resistance. You can enter right over here. I'd be curious to know how long of a wait it is for single riders. Oh, he said you miss half the ride, so I imagine that means you're skipping the ride into the Star Destroyer. I would guess you still have to go into the Star Destroyer, because that's where you board the attraction. I don't know, I'm curious. So a single rider line will help with your wait time, but you do have to ride by yourself. So interesting that there's a single rider line introduced here at Rise of Resistance. Anyway, going back to the new Lightning Lane system that will begin tomorrow, it's basically there are still going to be attractions that use a individual Lightning Lane. It's now going to be called a Lightning Lane Single Pass. So the attractions for that will be Rise of the Resistance here, Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot. There's going to be 2 in Magic Kingdom. That is Tron Light Cycle Run and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And then in Animal Kingdom, you'll have Avatar Flight of Passage. Those are all going to be using the single pass. So they will not be included if you buy a Lightning Lane multi-pass. Now the multi-pass allows you to book your 3 Lightning Lanes in advance. So if you're staying on property, you can book 7 days in advance from the day you plan to visit the park. And if you're not staying on property, you can still book 3 days in advance. And then the way that works is you can book your 3, and then when you use one on the day of your visit, you can book another one. So it is basically unlimited as long as they are available. Obviously, as you get later in the day, there's going to be fewer options available as you get closer to the park closing. So I know there's a lot that goes into the new Lightning Lane system. If you have any questions about the new Lightning Lane, drop them in a comment here. Let me know. I can answer them to the best of my ability. Of course, if you are using a Destination to Travel advisor for your next Walt Disney World trip, they will be able to help you out, answer all of your questions. Same goes for Disneyland, by the way. It's the same system taking effect over at Disneyland. So either coast, if you are visiting the Disney parks, let us know if you have any questions about the new Lightning Lane system. I promise you, it sounds a lot more intimidating and daunting than it really is. It's fairly simple, and actually, if you remember the old Fast Pass system, very similar to that. And even nicer because you can book your passes 7 days in advance if you're staying on property. Now, there is a tier system for that as well, beyond just the single pass. With the multi-pass, the attractions are tiered into 2 different groups, and you can only choose one attraction of your 3 passes from the top tier. I promise it is easier to understand if you see this all written out, as opposed to me explaining it. Let's head into the marketplace. See if there's any other new Star Wars merchandise as we make our way in here. All right, so you're going to notice there's going to be different Star Wars merchandise in here than what we saw out in the rest of the park because we are on a different planet now. We are in the world of Star Wars, the galaxy of Star Wars. Oh, I do see a new Wookiee. We got Black Chrysanthemum and Book of Boba Fett. I don't see any characters from The Acolyte, the newest Star Wars show on Disney+. We do have a Mando plush. There's the Chrysanthemum. We got an Ewok, Kylo, First Order Trooper, and then Darth Vader. But again, yeah, you're going to see different Star Wars merchandise. Like, you won't see all of that Ahsoka, I Am No Jedi merchandise in here. It's all going to be in-world merchandise. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for Star Wars merchandise and you don't see something you like here in Galaxy's Edge, you still might find it elsewhere in the park. Passing by one of my favorite quick service locations, Ronto Roasters. You can get the Ronto wrap here, of course. Look at the menu. Both the breakfast Ronto wrap and the regular Ronto wrap. Amazing. Really, really good. Highly recommend. Now here is the best site for Star Wars fans to enjoy as you walk in Galaxy's Edge. There's nothing quite like that first time you see the Millennium Falcon in person, except for the fact that you get to step inside and step in the cockpit. That's probably the only thing that tops it. It's when you get to fly the Millennium Falcon for yourself, which you can do with Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, which is a 50-minute wait right now. 50 minutes, I'd say pretty on par with this attraction. We have photo pass going on over here. Those of you who've been watching for a while know I have to point out Oga's Cantina, one of my favorite places in any, you know what, just one of my favorite places in the world. It is a super fun Star Wars themed bar with some really good drinks. Can be difficult to get a reservation, so make sure you plan that in advance, but highly recommend checking out Oga's Cantina on your next trip to Hollywood Studios. Now, if you want a Star Wars themed drink that's a bit easier to obtain, the blue and green milk over here, never quite as busy as Oga's. Who out there has tried the blue and or green milk, and what did you think? I know people are, they're pretty divisive. Looks like there's a couple new offerings here I want to check out. We have a Tenu swirl. And we have a snack here, a polystarch puff bread. A couple new options at the milk stand. Let's see, I'm hoping we see some characters as we make our way through Galaxy's Edge, but no Kylo or Stormtroopers right now. What do you think? Let me know if you've tried the blue or green milk and what you thought of them. I have tried both. I think they're okay. They're worth trying, but not something I get very often. Not like, if it was easier to get the drinks at Oga's, I mean, I don't want it to be because I want to spend my time in Oga's anyway, but if I could get those drinks more frequently, I would. We're going to take a walk through here and see if we see any of the Star Wars characters out. Interestingly, at least in Disneyland, they have been typically introducing characters into Galaxy's Edge based on what's happening on Disney Plus. It happened with Ahsoka. You saw it with Boba Fett, Mandalorian, which Mandalorian and Grogu we did get here in Walt Disney World as well. But with The Acolyte, the new show that just wrapped up on Disney Plus last week, we didn't see any characters. Uh-oh, who am I hearing? I'm hearing like a broadcast up here, and I've never noticed this before. I don't know if you guys can pick it up in the video at all, but it's literally just coming from right up here. No characters or anything, it's just a voice. Interesting. I am seeing some cast members walk around, but I don't see any characters nearby that they would be accompanying. We'll do one more quick peek around the corner up here and see if we see any characters before we head out of Galaxy's Edge and head back to Earth. It's like there's a broadcast coming in. I've really never noticed this before. It's strange. It's very possible that it's been a thing since the opening day of Galaxy's Edge, but I've never noticed it before. I do see some guests waiting around the corner over there, and typically that would be where Mando and Grogu would come out from. But no characters just yet.
What is it? That way was Toy Story. This way is Muppet.
Oh, I totally missed this comment from before, but just explained that with a single rider line for Rise of the Resistance, you do enter the Star Destroyer from the side. So you don't go through the whole, well, I won't spoil it. You don't go through the first portion of the ride, basically. Which I think is my favorite part of the ride, to be honest. That Star Destroyer scene on that attraction is unbelievable. If you're a Star Wars fan, I cannot stress enough how much you need to experience this attraction. Speaking of Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. And you can do that here or in Disneyland. Disneyland does have Galaxy's Edge as well. So either coast, whichever Disney park you want to visit, you can check out. Whichever domestic Disney park you want to visit, you can check out Galaxy's Edge, and we can get you there. If you head to d2travel.com or send us an email at info@d2travel.com, we can start planning your Disney vacation today, not just Walt Disney World. Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, you name it, we can do it. And when I say we, I mean the amazing travel advisors who do all the work. All right, we are exiting Galaxy's Edge and we are heading to Toy Story Land, which we'll see if Slinky Dog Dash is up and running again now. Again, as I was entering the park today, it was down. We are getting some ominous clouds in the sky over here too. It's like alien swirling saucer doesn't have too long of a wait right now. It is posted at 30 minutes It looks a little bit shorter than that. But it's a real bummer that Florida and Batu are the same temperature. I really wish one of them was cooler. It is definitely a sweaty day here at Hollywood Studios right now. Hey, I haven't seen Slinky Dog Dash go, so I'm guessing it is still down right now. Seeing guests standing around in the shade. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. It is running. Right on cue. Let's see what the posted wait time is. It's like a 50-minute wait for Slinky Dog Dash, which is not bad. You're not going to see much shorter than that. It's funny, Slinky Dog Dash is one of those attractions that feels so new still and yet so old, because I remember riding the first couple of times, going over that hill up there was your best look at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge before the area opened. And it feels like Galaxy's Edge opened forever ago, so. Hi, Alex. Alexander, sorry. Yeah, it said, I see alien swirling saucers. Yeah, we saw that it had a 30-minute posted wait time, 50-minute posted wait time for Slinky Dog Dash. Sticking with the Toy Story fun here, we got the Green Army Men coming by.
Excellent job, drum guard. Operation Have a Good Time, high speaker. Yeah. Fabulous. 82, sir. And down.
Kind of temperature where my phone might overheat today, and that's exactly what happened. And you know what? I should have learned my lesson the first time I tried live streaming during the Green Army Men's Drumline. The same thing happened. My phone overheated. It's just there's no shade over there in Toy Story Land, so you're directly in the sun, and it's a hot day. But I'm glad we got things up and running again. I had to go into Walt Disney Presents, get some air conditioning to cool off my phone a little bit, and now we're up and running. Now I am going to keep things short from here, but because I don't want it to happen again. So we're going to head over towards to Sunset Boulevard. We have a couple more stops as we wrap things up today. So apologies for the technical difficulties, and thank you to those who stuck around. Hope you enjoyed the Green Army Men drumline. They are really, really impressive. It's just a shame that you kind of have to stand in the sun to watch them. But Walt Disney World has some really incredible musicians performing daily for guests between the Green Army Men here, the Jammers, Voices of Liberty over at Epcot, Magic Kingdom, of course, you have the Dapper Dans. There's some really impressive musicians over in Animal Kingdom as well. There's actually also a lot of live music at Disney Springs. If you head over there at night, I've said this during our live streams in the past, but Disney Springs is a different experience at night than it is during the day. All right, so we're going to come down Sunset Boulevard here to wrap things up for today. A couple things I want to talk about down here. Let me see if I missed any comments. Nope, just hello, Alex. This is just one of my favorite stretches of any park. Walking down Sunset Boulevard, looking up at the Tower of Terror, especially when you know you're making your way over there to actually experience the Tower of Terror. You're going to be checking into the Hollywood Tower Hotel, which again, as I mentioned at the top of this video, or close to the top of this video at least, the holidays are just around the corner. Today's the 23rd, so what, Thursday is Christmas in July? So we're not that far off from the holiday season, and Jollywood Nights is returning to Disney's Hollywood Studios, a specially ticketed holiday party here. The fun photo op, Disney Photo Pass. But before we end like we usually do with a nice shot looking up at the Tower of Terror, we're going to make a hard left up here because since the last time we were here, the Rock and Roller Coaster reopened. So it was closed for a lengthy refurbishment, and despite what a lot of people thought, the attraction did reopen with Aerosmith. It is not a differently themed coaster. It is the same coaster, but much smoother. And all the lighting effects and everything like that, everything is working perfectly right now. So this would be the time to ride Rock and Roller Coaster. If you're a fan of roller coasters, of course. Which does currently have a 65-minute wait, and that's going to be pretty standard, especially right now since it opened after the refurbishment. can see guests are queued up outside. So in my personal experience, yes, that is probably a 65-minute wait. But you'll see, still got the giant guitar. Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. I actually have not personally ridden it since it reopened. And Rock and Roller Coaster is not one that I do very often, so I don't know when I will ride it again. I do really enjoy roller coasters, but roller coasters with inversions are a little bit tougher to do these days. And Rock and Roller Coaster is definitely one of the more intense coasters, especially as far as Disney parks are concerned. All right, so like I said, we are going to wrap things up with a nice view looking up at the Tower of Terror. And for two reasons. One, because we do that all the time. This is always where we end things. But two, because yesterday marked the 30th anniversary of the Tower of Terror, which, is a 60-minute wait now, so it's gone up 35 minutes since I was up here before. But yeah, 30 years of the Tower of Terror. It's funny, it still feels like a new attraction, but it is 30 years old, as Disney's Hollywood Studios celebrates its 35th year. So this was not an opening day attraction, 5 years off, but crazy to think 30 years of the Tower of Terror. But that is where we're going to wrap things up today. So thank you guys again. I won't get through things quickly here before my phone overheats in the sun again. But thank you guys for joining me for a sweaty walk through the Disney's Hollywood Studios. I almost said through the Hollywood Tower Hotel as I'm reading the sign in front of me. But as always, if you would like to get out to Walt Disney World for yourself, head to d2travel.com or send us an email at info@d2travel.com. We can start planning your trip for you today. We did today's live stream exclusively on our YouTube channel, but we do these once a week across our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe across all of our platforms. That way you won't miss any of the fun. And again, that is d2travel.com. That's d2travel.com. Start planning your next Walt Disney World Resort vacation. But that's going to do it for us today. Thank you, everyone, for joining me, and I will see you real soon. Bye, everyone.